shine bright like a diamond.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Julissa. Today I did go ahead and decide to create a fall makeup look. So as you can see, I did apply tape for the very first time. Usually I don't use tape just because I don't know, I find it harder to use. But I did go ahead and use tape on this makeup look just to help make sure that the sides are cleaned up very well and that it just comes out looking very sharp. So here I do go in with my Tarte Creaseless Concealer. This concealer works very good. It does a job, but I just don't really like the application. It feels real hard and tacky when you're trying to apply it. But it is full coverage and it does cover, of course, your under eye bags when you apply it under your eyes. I do use this concealer to set my eyelids, then apply setting powder on top of it off camera before applying eyeshadow. So the first shade I will be taking is this light orange color from the Morphe 35O palette. I will be applying that all over my crease and just packing it on very little bit. You will be able to see the color, but not so much. It probably looks like if I'm not applying anything, but believe me, I am. Next, I will be taking this light brown shade from the Morphe 35O palette and just also applying it onto my crease, but just keeping it lower than the last shade I just used and just blending it out back and forth through my crease. And of course, when you're using a second shade, you want to keep a light hand, like a feather hand, and just use windshield wiper motions going back and forth. You don't want to add too much of the product just because it'll take away the orange look the orange shade that we just used as the first transition shade, and I am trying to keep the orange kind of standing out. Here I will be taking this light pink eyeshadow shade and also applying that on top of where we applied the last brown eyeshadow color, and just of course packing it on very little by little, and we won't be packing on that much of this shade just because I don't want it to take away the last two colors or the last two shades that we just applied. But we will be darkening it up a little bit with this shade and just going back and forth onto my crease. Then after, I will be taking a fluffy brush and just going back in with the first orange shade that we used, just because it is slowly fading away while we're applying these other two shades. I will be taking this darker brown shade and also applying it where we applied the last two eyeshadow shades. Of course, I'm using a thinner brush just because I only want to apply very little bit just to add a little bit of darkness into the eyeshadow look. You don't want to apply too much and it start looking crazy and harsh. So I am going in little by little with the shade and then blending it upward. This eyeshadow palette doesn't have any names to the eyeshadows, so that's why I'm saying this light brown, this dark brown, this brown. But if you have this palette, I mean, hopefully you all know which shades I use if you do want to recreate this look. So here I am taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer and using a flat brush just to cut my crease. I do take it a little higher this time, or at least to me, I'm taking it a little higher when I'm cutting my crease, just because other times it feels like I don't really cut my crease. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I do take it all the way towards the end, but not fully towards the end, because I don't want to take away all of the eyeshadow that I did apply onto my eyelid. And then afterwards, of course, we will be setting it with setting powder once we finish spreading out the concealer. Now I will be taking this copper shade right here. It's a shimmer shade, and I will be packing that onto my eyelid. This copper shade, it will just bring out the glitter that we will be applying onto the eyelid later in this video. When you usually put a shimmery shade on top of your eyelid before applying the glitter, it does bring out the glitter a lot more than it would if you were just to apply the glitter by itself. So that's why I did use this copper shade, because we will be going in with a red glittery shade as the next step after applying, of course, the glue. Now I will be taking my Too Faced glitter glue and just applying it where we cut the crease and where we also applied that copper shimmer shade onto our eyelid, and just spreading it out and really packing on the glue just so to make sure that the glitter does stay on fully. I do go in with this NYX glitter. I'm not sure of the name of this glitter, but I do pack it on all over my eyelid where we applied, of course, the glue. I am taking a smaller shader brush just to pack it on very good. It is a reddish glitter, so that's why it the copper shade makes the glitter stand out on my eyelid, and we're just gonna be packing this all over. So I do go back in and use the dark brown shade that we used last just to blend out the sides so it won't look so harsh. I am using a smaller I guess it's like a smudge brush just to blend it out and just really make sure that it's just working in the small areas that I want to blend out. Of course, I do go in with my e.l.f. eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, and I do show how I apply the eyeliner just in case some of you haven't used the tape method, and where you apply the tape for your eyes. But this is how I did apply my eyeliner while using it. It's honestly a lot easier than doing it the other way without the tape. So for this look, I did use my Beauty Savage Cosmetics eyelashes in Girl You Crazy. And I do apply these off camera. Next, I do go in with my face primer and moisturizer. And then I apply the Becca primer also onto my face. For this look, I do go in with a lot of face primer and moisturizers. I do use the moisturizer / primer from Smashbox, and then I also use the Cover FX primer and I apply it on top of the Smashbox primer. And then I go in with the Becca primer just to make sure that on certain areas the foundation really does stick and doesn't move or come off, because there's times where throughout the day I'll get oily or start sweating and you'll just start seeing my makeup going crazy and coming off. For concealer, I do use my Tarte Creaseless Concealer, and of course, last minute after applying all of my concealer, I forget, I didn't put on foundation. So I do go back and take off all of the concealer, apply my foundation, and then reapply my concealer again once the foundation is on my face. Of course, I applied my foundation off camera. I did use my Fenty Beauty foundation, and now I'm just reapplying the concealer in all the spots where I will be concealing. And then after applying the concealer, I do set my under eyes and everywhere that I did apply the concealer with my Dermablend setting powder. The Dermablend setting powder I will forever love. It just makes my face look very matte, and not only that, it's like it soaks up my oils or whatever whenever I get oily or sweaty, and it just keeps all of my foundation and concealer in place for the whole entire day, which I love so much. So now I take my Hoola bronzer and bronze all over my face. of course you all see me do this a million times, so I will just speed through this a little bit just so it won't take up so much time because it's the same places that I bronze up. I did spray a little bit of my Mario Badescu spray off camera, and now I will be applying my Anastasia Amrezy highlighter onto my cheekbones, my forehead, my nose, my chin, everywhere that of course you apply highlighter. So of course I will be speeding up through this also. And of course, if you hear any noise in the background, guys, I'm so sorry. Where I live is very noisy, so it's never quiet, so I'm trying to talk as close as I can to the speaker just so you can hear me louder and you can barely hear anything else in the background. I will be taking my RV Cosmetics blush palette. I will be using this for the first time, and I will be using this dark but light pink shade that I did point at and applying very little bit on my cheekbones. I'm using today my Let's Do Makeup Live Glam lipsticks, and I do swatches of all three of these lipsticks just so you all can see how they look. And today I do use the Tequila lipstick. It is very dark, and I was kind of like, whoa, does this even look good on me or what? But I do use today the Tequila lipstick. I hope you all did enjoy this makeup tutorial. If you did, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you all think. But this is all for today. So yeah, see y'all next time. Bye.
Shine bright like a diamond.